Good boy, Giri Hari. Good boy. Yeah, just be wary that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He's a big bull, you know. So potential for injury.
Just come today?
Hare Krishna.
Yep. Mamsi, the meanest one. I know. Are you? Yeah. Mataji, here is Mataji.
They like this, I think. Not like his hair.
It's not a car. You know what? If you put grass through their nose, the grass will come out.
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah, because in India they used to put a, thread, a big rope inside, and then they.
He's doing Can we feed this to the cows?
Yeah, right.
Hey, Julia, you might want to call them into the dog show, like give a little bit of feed in a bucket.
Hello. Come here. Hello. This one's eating. Hello.
You're not supposed to feed. Prabhu said, don't feed the cows here. Once they go back, then you can feed, okay?
So 10 minutes on, 10 minutes?
Otherwise, they will not go back. See, everybody is saying. You can hold this. See, they are not going now.
He's just there for the show.
Why? started running. As soon as I started running, I was at the top.
Cook as much as you want.
Now we want to take the at least 2 more.
What is special?
Two of the situations happen like this. How's the camera timing? So you okay?
That's right. Come
Take the whole pot.
enthusiasm, please. A little bit more enthusiasm, please. But not too much enthusiasm. Okay, so make yourselves comfortable. You can also sit on the ground. You can sit here. There's plenty of room. This is just like being in the spiritual world. It's like having a picnic. So you can have a chair. You can have a piece of grass. We are one family, one nation, one love. Thank you all for coming. And we have a special CD. This is a commercial break. A special... Maharaj records very beautiful kirtans, very beautiful chanting. These special CDs, which he's recorded recently, will be for sale up near the temple when we all go back up there before the feast. When we go back up, there are 3 tables. One of them is selling sweets. So all of the proceeds from any of the sweets that you buy will go towards looking after our cows. So please buy lots and lots of sweets.
Whatever CDs are sold, we will also go for the cows.
Okay. Any CDs which are sold here today, the proceeds will also go for the cows. Maharaj is donating for the cows also. Today everything is for the cows. Because the cows are very sacred and very special to us. There's another table there. And on the other table, we have a donation form. If you'd like to become a guardian of the cows, it means you can give an annual donation, and your donation will go to looking after the cows. You can choose the cow of your choice. Whichever cow you'd like to sponsor, you just let us know. And then your donations will go towards looking after the cows, which is very important and sacred work. They're very enthusiastic over there to receive your looking after, so please be enthusiastic to look after them. And then the third table, we're selling cow products. We grow herbs here at Hare Krishna Valley, and we also take different things from the cows, and we make special medicines, which are Ayurvedic medicines. They're also for sale up there, and the proceeds also, part of it goes towards the cows. So thank you all for coming, and we'll leave you in the hands of His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami.
Om Jnanatimarandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Shakchurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. This verse is very, very famous. This verse was chanted particularly to honor Krishna, Govinda, the giver of pleasure to the cows. And it is said that Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. First go, first the cows and then the brahmanas. So in respecting the cows come first. First we offer respect to the cows. And after the cows are fully cared for, then everything becomes auspicious. Then Vedic culture can begin. The brahmanas embody the teachings of Vedic culture and are guiding society as to how to act, what to do, what not to do. Pravitim cha, nivritim cha. But first the cows need to be protected to bring auspiciousness. So our Go Puja today is indeed very, very nice. We are very happy that we can do. It is said that in Vrindavan, early in the morning, when Krishna awakens, Krishna awakens a bit slowly, and then Mother Yasoda comes, and she first massages Krishna's body with Mahanarayan Tailam. which is oil, right? Mahanarayan oil. So that's the first thing in the morning. And then before taking his bath, Krishna goes out to the cow stables because the cows in the Goshala are waiting. They're waiting, they need to be milked. Their udders are filled with milk and it's time to milk, but they will not let anyone come. Anyone who tries to milk, cows also have horns. It's, you know, I don't know if you ever milked a cow, but you have to watch out for a few things. The horns, and they kick also. Sometimes people fly as they are milking. So therefore, Krishna and Balaram always have a silken rope. And they use that to tie the legs of the cow so that in case the cow feels like a little kick, not possible. That rope is important. Anyway, so Krishna, the cows will not allow anyone to come near early in the morning, only when Krishna comes. So Krishna then, he milks the cows first. After that, all right. After that, others can also start milking. And only then Krishna goes back inside and takes his morning bath. After breakfast, Krishna's breakfast lasts a long time because Krishna takes breakfast at home and he also takes breakfast at the neighbors, and he just takes breakfast in everybody's house and it just stays breakfast time. That's the good thing about the spiritual world. There's no difficulty with, you know, there's no time for breakfast. No, when it's breakfast time, it just stays breakfast time until everyone has offered breakfast. And after that, it's time to go. And then you see like rivers coming from the various Goshalas of Nanda Maharaj. And it says there is a white river of cows and calves coming out of one Goshala, and there's a black river of buffaloes also coming out. So buffaloes also were there at that time. But buffalo milk is not used for drinking, only for yogurt. Somehow or other. For yogurt it is okay. But if you drink buffalo milk, you get buffalo brain. What can be done? Yes. You know. So that's not the best. No, so we take cow milk, and this cow milk is, it's not ordinary, because milk, as we all know, is a product of love. When there's no calf, no milk. When there's no calf to love, milk doesn't come. And of course, when every year the cows have a calf, then they can keep on giving milk for many years. Sometimes when cows are taken care of with great love, then the cows will continue to give milk even after there is no calf for many years. So cows respond to love, and milk in itself is foodstuff made of love. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, in his purports in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, is emphasizing the importance of milk. I'm sorry for the vegans, but what can I say? Milk is foodstuff because of the love which affects the consciousness, uplifts the consciousness. And it says, and therefore through milk one gets that finer brain tissue, that capacity to reach out to a higher thought level. Oh yes, we know our thoughts and what to say. Many things are not spoken, but they are thought secretly. And those thoughts are not always the most exalted. The thoughts that we hide from others are not necessarily the most elevated thoughts. And how is it so? Aparapta phalam papam kutam phalun mukam karamaneva pradiyata vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. It said because there is so much karma from so many lifetimes stored in the heart, and that influences our thoughts. So if we have engaged in many sinful activities for many lifetimes, then naturally our thinking, feeling and willing is influenced by that and is impure. But see, one takes the milk of the cows, and something changes in the mindset. Something changes in our thinking, feeling and willing. Simply by taking cow's milk, our thinking turns towards the mode of goodness. Somehow or other, cows are not ordinary creatures. Whatever we see in the material world also exists in the spiritual world, but in the spiritual world in a perfect form. So there are cows in the spiritual world. It said there are also bees in the spiritual world. And it said the bees in the spiritual world, they are buzzing, but when you listen carefully, they are glorifying Krishna. The bees are speaking about the good qualities of Krishna in the spiritual world. Now, because the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world and a perverted reflection, here the bees of the spiritual world come back as flies. So it's, although the spiritual world is the origin of the material world, here everything is a little bit, it is a perverted reflection. So the cows in the spiritual world are known to be Surabhi cows, wish-fulfilling Kamadhenus, wish-fulfilling cows. It said such cows can give ocean of milk. And there's no need for a calf, they will just, when worshipped, these cows will just supply unlimited milk and they can fulfill all desires. But even the cows in this material world are reflections of the original cows in the spiritual world. And even the cows in the material world bring great auspiciousness. The cows, they are bringing us many good things. The world now is facing so many climate issues. We all hear about all these things, and I am from the Netherlands, which is a lowland. Where I grew up, it was 1 meter above sea level, and the lowest parts in my country are 17 meters below sea level. Now, there are some boundaries that keep the sea out, but still, people are watching the rising sea levels. Whatever may be, this is the situation where we have created an artificial society based on machines. Industrialization has brought so many things. We can see that here right in front of us. What industrialization cannot bring to us. I'm glad there is no drone today, because those things, they make horrible noise. And sometimes they like to follow the Swami with the drone. And so I'm walking on a farm and there's a drone over my head, you know. It's like, that's when I want a gun. Or at least a catapult, something. No, back to the cows. The cows are Krishna's arrangement. Instead of machines, that we protect the cows, and everything of the cow is favorable. Favorable for the land, favorable for human beings. So we drink the milk. It is a perfect arrangement. The cows eat the leftover from grains, vegetables, whatever human beings don't eat. That's the food for cows. So it's great teamwork. In India, the traffic can be dangerous. Traffic can be always dangerous, but in India, even more so. And then nowadays, they start to get better roads, you know. But it used to be very dangerous because only 2 lanes and then traffic coming from either way, and you still find that in many places. And then at night, you know, drivers, they are driving, and somehow or other in India, when you say to the driver, "Are you tired? Should you rest a little bit?" He says, "No, no, no, I am not tired. No, 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 I'm not tired." And meanwhile, you see all the time his eyes are closing, you know. Yeah? I have many times watching and the eyes are closing. "No, I'm not tired." "Then why are your eyes closing?" Anyway, so the driver was driving down the road at night. Oh, his eyes were closing. And from the other side, another vehicle was approaching. And they were getting closer and closer. And then one of the drivers was totally asleep. Oh no, what would happen? Nothing happened. And why nothing happened? Because even if the driver on a bullock cart falls asleep, nothing happens. Because the bullock keeps on walking. Yes. Sometimes the drivers go in the back and they tuck themselves in with a nice warm razai, you know, like blanket, and they are sleeping there nicely. And the cow is walking, the bullock is walking. They go to the market. They bring whatever produce is from the fields to the market. And then in the day, when the bull has eaten, then the bull sleeps. And then the man is working to sell all the produce. They work in shifts. You see? And like this, it goes on quite well. And it is wonderful to see that simple village life, how it works actually. And that it works fine. All right, for us modern people, it may be a nice idea, but then we look at it and we say, "Oh, bahut badhiya, very nice," and then let's go home. Yeah? And have the hot and cold running water and all the other things. Yes, we are accustomed to that. That may be. But at the same time, we can appreciate that actually it is Krishna's arrangement that there are cows. And cows are meant to be protected. And cows provide the foodstuffs for society. Milk can produce so many things, so many nice things. Nice sweets, nice cheese, nice this, nice that, nice drinks. So many wonderful foodstuffs from milk. So some people, they say, "Oh, milk is not for human consumption." But then we make the case, right, that as far as we can trace history, that milk has been consumed by human beings, and especially in India. Right? In India, to be a vegetarian is not an experiment. In India, to be a vegetarian is simply the culture. It is only very recent. Even nowadays, if you're on a plane in Air India or something like that, they'll ask you veg or non-veg. So if they say non-veg, that means veg is the standard. See? If you say veg, non-veg, it means veg is the standard. And non-veg is the abnormal thing. See? The language is still like that. Non-veg, that means that's not normal. Normal is veg, but some people take non-veg also. That's not normal. Samajh So, that is very good. Yes, I used to go and travel by train, and many years ago there was always the vegetarian canteen and the non-veg wala, and they had separate kitchens. Later they start to mixed kitchen. But initially no one would take. I still don't take from a mixed kitchen. No way. Yes, that's what I tell them on Air India. No, you cannot take because it's a mixed kitchen. We must have a society not only physically protect the cows and understand that the cows will bring well-being to the land and to the ecology and to the climate, but also that we have a society based on love and kindness. It is said that we have 7 mothers. Everyone has 7 mothers. Of course, the mother by birth. Right? Who are your other mothers? Okay, hold on, not too quick. Okay, we have mother, guru's wife, nurse, any other one? Cow, okay, we have 4 now, 4. Oh, someone is, what? Huh? I can't hear you. Cow, we already have. Earth, Bhumi, yes, 5. Dati, we already had, no?
Brahmanas.
Huh? Brahmana's wife, we have 6, now 1 more. King's wife, okay, then they know, huh? They're pretty good. They do know these things. Well, that is nice. Yes, so we have all these mothers, and the cow is like a mother. And that is the idea. Why live in a society with enmity, where, we are in competition, we're fighting the animals? Why not? I mean, once I was married many years ago, and at that time once, my former wife, she loved animals. She took me many times wherever there were animals. She took me there. So she also had a cat. Okay? What to do, So one time we went away, and we gave the cat to some friends, not close friends, but some people that we knew to look after the cat. And so we came back after 2 weeks or so, and to pick up the cat, and then said, no, the cat is gone. Said, the cat is gone, what happened? What happened? Did it run away or what? Said, no. We put it down, I mean, we put it down? What? Said, yes, it passed urine on the bed, so we put it down. Now, I didn't particularly like that cat, to tell you the truth. I'm not so much a cat lover. Somehow or other, me and cats, it never really was a great combination. But I was very angry. How dare you kill my cat, Who are you, right? We gave you our cat to take care of. We put it under your protection. We come back and you've put down the cat? I mean, I was fuming, right? How dare you touch my cat? Otherwise, normally I, go away. But this time it was my cat, Well, yes. So I always thought about that when it said in the Bible that God gave man dominion over all that be. Basically, gave the animals under the care of the human beings. And what did the human beings do? They start eating them. That's the same like what they did to my cat, What do you think God thinks about stuff like that? I gave you my animals to care for, and what did you do? So we need a society which is based on love, based on care, where we simply accept all various animals as our dependents. Nowadays, the dog is man's best friend. And actually, this is the information age, and everybody reads too much about too many things, right? So I also read something about something, and what I read was that all those dogs are upsetting the wildlife. They are actually a disturbance. There's too many dogs, and they are actually disturbing the natural balance, and it becomes something that biologists begin to notice, that all these dogs are causing an imbalance in society, actually. It's not just, oh, my little doggy, so nice, we just have one. No, there are too many dogs in the world, and it upsets, actually, the natural balance. In certain species, they are endangered because of dogs, and other species because of cats. How different it is with cows. Therefore, all the affection that the world has for animals, instead of going to the dogs, should go to the cows. And if you want to pet, have a calf, little calf. Calves are very sweet also, beautiful. Huh? Oh, beautiful little white calf. Oh. You take it on your lap, everything you can do with little calf that you would want to do with a dog. But a calf is auspicious. The calf actually is not harming the world. The calf is actually bringing good to the world. The produce, whatever that comes from the calf, is auspicious. You know, I was in South India, in Tirupati, and there our temple is very nice, beautiful temple. So the temple president, who is my friend, he gave me a personal tour of everything. So we're coming at one point to the cows, right? So this cow passes urine, and immediately he puts his hand under it and he drinks it. And then again, his hand under it, he catches it straight from the cow and drinks it. And then he says to me, my grandmother taught me like that. Whenever the cow passes urine, you must drink it. I said, my grandmother didn't teach me. I mean, for me that was a bit much. But at the same time, I appreciated his faith in the cow, and I also understood actually the benefit. I mean, I read about it in Ayurveda. Still, you know, I mean, if I have to drink it, probably. I did on some occasion have some Ayurvedic medicine with cow urine, and they even made distilled cow urine, and they brought me these bottles when I wasn't well. I opened the bottle and the smell was so intense I almost fainted. I can't do it. Okay, a little bit. Anyhow, but it is beneficial. We may not be accustomed to these things anymore. But it is a fact that these things are certainly wholesome for body, I say. And then the most important factor of all is that the cow is dear to Krishna. Krishna, he favors the cows. Krishna, he sits there at Kadamba in Vrindavan, and Krishna has a japamala. And as we know, there are 108 beats on the japamala. Now, because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he doesn't have beats, he has jewels. So he has 108 jewels on his mala, and Krishna has 108 herds of cows. And he is counting them, and he calls the leader of each group. Like there is one group, the group leader is called Mridanga Mukhi, which translates basically as drum face, right? If I would translate it into English, Mridanga Mukhi. So they have the shape of a mridanga, the drum, like kind of like that. So there's a whole group of cows, they are like that. And then there is a cow that has natural tilak. And there's a whole group of cows, they have the natural tilak mark on the forehead. So Krishna calls those cows. So Krishna calls the 108 leaders of the different herds. And then all these leaders bring their herds to Krishna. And in this way Krishna counts his cows before he goes home, just to make sure no cows remain behind in the forest. And if one calf is missing, Krishna personally goes to find that calf somewhere, or cow, whatever. That is Krishna. Krishna is a cowherd boy, and Krishna cares for the cows. In the evening when Krishna returns, it is like a white river coming down the forest path. And it said the hoofs of the calves are creating so much dust that there's a cloud over Krishna's assembly. It said in this way the pastimes of Krishna are hidden by the cloud, so not everyone can see. But those who are devotees, they will naturally go close. They will see. So in the morning, so many cows are coming out of the Goshala, and then Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boyfriends, they leave and they go with all these cows on the narrow forest path. Can you imagine the traffic? I mean, imagine, like, you know, 1 million cows. I mean, here we have a few, but 1 million cows all at once trying to go into that forest, on that forest path. I mean, must be an amazing traffic jam. No. Somehow or other the whole thing is spiritual, and somehow or other it's all possible. The pathways adjust a bit, somehow or other it fits. You don't see that the pathways are growing, but they're not too small, because everything goes on by spiritual energy and spiritual desire of Krishna. So Krishna is particularly caring for his cows, and that expands into this material world, and thus there was a Vedic culture where the protection of cows was predominant, and that Vedic culture brought auspiciousness to the land, to the people. It was a culture which was based on spiritual advancement. It was a culture where the earth started to produce profusely, where there were strong medicinal herbs. Nowadays we depend on pills from the factories, which are sometimes not even vegetarian. Now what to do? Doctor's orders. We depend on these things, and the herbs are not so powerful anymore. They've lost their power. And we don't know anyway what herbs. I was at a dentist and they said, oh, extraction. I said, oh, this is not good. He said, oh, it's complicated, we'll send you to a specialist. My normal dentist is a very friendly person. Then they sent me to the specialist, a huge man with big arms, and he says, sit down. No, please. It's like, oh, open your mouth. I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but anyway, within moments, you know. Okay, of course, okay, you get the shot, so you don't feel it, but I heard it. I heard the tooth crunching and breaking. And then I remembered how Prabhupada in one lecture is explaining that there's a herb, right? And he says, this herb, if you touch it to a tooth, immediately all the bacteria will go. And he said, if only you would have told the name of the herb, you know. I mean, somehow or other, I didn't know what herb it was. I said, now I sit here in this chair, and I don't know what herb it is, and there goes one tooth. Okay? This is how it is. We've made so much progress. We all know how to log in. We all know how to make a password that is secure. We all know so many things, right? How to see that someone has read your Facebook message. We know these things, right? Yes. But we don't know what herb anymore. Where to find them. All that knowledge is lost now. So having made so much progress, no. Previously, ladies would have golden bangles. Now it's plastic. Yeah. It's all plastic. Yes. So plastic clothes, plastic everything. Plastic surgery, plastic. The plastic world. Plastic. So in this way, we have gone far away. But by worshipping the cows, we can come to the point of appreciating the cows and protecting the cows. Then we get the blessings from Krishna, and then the whole world will flourish. So this is our yes, our meditation to somehow or other dedicate ourselves to cow protection. And of course, yes, it is best if we keep our own cows and drink milk from our own cows. Therefore, especially, we should protect the cows on this farm. Because these are our Melbourne cows. These are the cows that are our cows. It's not the farm's cows. Oh, nice, there's the farm, they have nice cows, and they come and do nice puja here. So nice. No, these are our cows. Our cows. They depend on us. So let us somehow or other care for our cows. And so many blessings will come upon us. And suddenly we find that chanting becomes easy. Suddenly we find that we are spiritually inspired. So simple. Just by taking care of the cows, everything changes. Suddenly it's like a cloud is lifted. Suddenly everything becomes easy. So let's not underestimate the power of serving the cows. That is why I'm very happy to be here with all of you today, and I've come many times for this occasion, and then I speak a little bit because that is also my Go Seva. So he was saying the CDs, yes, you please buy the CD today, because you can also buy it tomorrow, that's okay, but if you buy it today, then you get double benefit. You get a CD, and you also get, and the proceeds goes to the cows. So you do Go Save at the same time. So that's bargain. Ooh, double blessing. For same price. So in India, if you get some bargain, that is very good. So today's special bargain. Special bargain. You get double blessings for the same price. It is one big box which later on you take. So, and that will bring something to the cows. That will be very nice. In that way, I also do something for the cows. Because I also need these blessings. We all depend on blessings. I have this week earlier spoken on the power of blessings. We need blessings. And if we simply look for blessings, then things will get better. Let's look for the power of blessings. But not just any blessings. No. But particularly blessings from Krishna. So by serving his cows, we get the blessings from Krishna. So that is very amazing. Yeah, we can... So one time, when I was in Vrindavan, and I became temple president of Vrindavan, and before that, I had been in Mayapur for some time. I had first been in Vrindavan, that's where I joined this movement, and then later I was in Mayapur. Well, later I was in Australia for a while. For 1 year I was in Australia, and I learned Australian. You know, g'day, how you going? No worries, sure, right? Yeah, can do that. Yeah, been there, done that. Right? And then, you know, after that, I went to Mayapur, involved in all the construction in Mayapur. And then I went back to Vrindavan as a temple president. So when I came, the local GBC told me, they said, there are too many bulls in our Goshala, and it's really a problem. And there is one Baba, he lives across the river, and he takes cows. He has a big Goshala, and he just takes them. So why don't you go there and ask him to take 30 of our bulls? So okay, that was they gave me that assignment. So they sent a devotee with me, some local devotee. And on the way, as we're driving there, they tell me, this is not just any Baba, this is a Naga Baba, you know? I go, oh. Yeah, he goes naked, this man. No. in Vrindavan, and when we went there, it was winter. It was winter. And Vrindavan winter, UP, it is cold. You know, it's like, it can get 0, right? And 0 is cold, right? So now you're already wrapped up. But at 0, you know, you can imagine. So I was wearing my thickest sweater and like a chadar and topi and muffler and everything you can possibly put on, right? And we went there to this Baba. And the Baba was naked indeed. And he was sitting under a little shelter, a tarpaulin, and in there was a fire. And he was sitting for the fire. So that the other devotee, myself, we came in, and as the fire was producing a lot of smoke, the devotee started coughing, and the Baba said, "Bit smoky, isn't it?" He was a heavy dude, you know, that was clear. "Bit smoky, isn't it?" Yes. So then, you know, he started telling what he was doing. He said, "I have 475 cows." He said in India, there are some states where cow slaughter was allowed at the time. He said what they do is they put the cows on the train, falsify the papers, give some bakshis, and they send them out. He said, and then they lock them inside. He says, "I go with my trident and I just break the lock and I take the cows. And if anybody says anything, I said, what do you want? What do you want? You want this trident?" And they go. Because this is India, who will touch a holy man with a trident? You know? You know, first of all, tridents are dangerous, and second of all, you touch a holy man, maybe more dangerous. You may get cursed as well, so no one will do this. Yes? So, therefore, then, so he said, yes. He said, "I have 475 cows." I said, "How are you looking after all these cows?" He said, "It's easy. I just tell when the cows need to eat, I just tell the people from the village nearby that the cow needs to eat and that they should bring something. If they don't bring something, then I wait at the side of the road, and when they pass by with the straw to take it to the market, then I stand there with my trident and say, 'This goes to my cows.'" He says. And he says, so some villagers, they take the other road. They go 50 kilometers around, you know. He said, "Well, if then my cows don't eat, then I don't eat." He said, "And if after that my cows don't eat, then I go to the village and I beat somebody up, and then usually the cows eat." So this man was indeed extraordinary, really. One man, you know, like doing all this, all by himself, somehow or other, you know. I was amazed to see such determination, and as I heard him, I got more and more respect for him, you know, and I start feeling like, here I am, from the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, a worldwide movement, and I got to ask this man to take care of our 30 bulls. I said, forget it, you know, I'm not going to ask him, I can't do this, you know, this is not possible. But the devotee who came with me had no shame, you know. So he would do in his ear, and the Baba said, "Acha, acha, okay, okay." So then he said, "I'll give you a tour of the Goshala." He gives us a full tour, and he was watching everything. Hey, that calf is eating dirt, stop that. And he's everywhere on top of the whole thing. And then he comes, and here we're going to build a very nice facility. He said it will be very beautiful. It will have a nice roof, and nice troughs, and beautiful floor, and it will be nicely decorated also. It will be very beautiful. He said, yes. And there, we're going to put your 30 bulls, and you're going to pay for it. He was a businessman as well, you know. Anyway, so I told him, well, thank you very much for the offer. We'll definitely discuss it, I'll let you know. And then, in the end, as we were leaving, he said, "Oh, please don't go. Please don't go. It's so rare that a Vaishnava comes. It is so rare. Please don't go." Such an amazing personality in the village of Mat. He's still there. It's on the other side of the Yamuna. You can go there and give him a donation. I'm advertising for him. He's not ISKCON, but he's all alone taking care of all these cows, and he's on the other side of the Yamuna. I mean, I offer my obeisances to him, for sure. Totally dedicated. And how did it all happen? Well, he said once he was in Mumbai staying in a Gandhi ashram. Right? And as he was staying in the Gandhi ashram, he stayed one night. And then in the morning, they said, "How are you going to pay your debt?" He said, "Debt? Debt? What do you want from me? You want money from me?" He said, "I have nothing. I have no pockets. I have no clothes. All I have is this trident. Do you want this trident?" They said, No, we don't want the trident. It says in the Vedic literature, if you have taken someone's salt, then you owe a debt. Did you take any salt? Well, okay, I took some salt. So what do you want? They said, "We want that you go to Vrindavan and protect the cows." And just on that, paying that debt of the salt, he dedicated his whole life. And he's still doing that. Who is this person? I don't know. Some special personality who has served the cows life after life, and therefore has become such a great devotee. Such a great devotee. That is the case. By serving the cows, you become a great devotee. As simple as that. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a short story, and it's about an astrologer. And an astrologer met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Can you see who I was in my last life?" And the astrologer is calculating and he's shocked. He says, "It's not possible. Mistake? No mistake." And he said that in your last life, you were Narayan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. I happen to know that in my last life, I was a cowherd boy. And because in my last life I was a cowherd boy, therefore in this life I became a Brahmana. See? So in this way, by serving the cows, we increase our piety. We increase our spiritual advancement. So it's not just a physical thing. It all comes together. See, it's a holistic thing. Spiritual life, material life, everything. All these things come together and all work out together. And that is the amazing thing. So therefore, I'm very glad to be here on this very significant event. I hope that I've given you some food for thought with all of this. And I have, I think I'll leave it at that, because there's also, maybe, he said, Keshava, remember? He said, maybe there will be something else. I am not sure what that means, if he was joking or serious. You never know with Keshava. Anything is possible. Anyway, I hope you brought some snacks with you, just in case. But anyway, I hope that Keshav, who's standing right behind me now, is going to bring us some good news.
So we'd like to thank His Holiness, Kadamba Kanana Swami, who is one of the patron saints of Hare Krishna Valley. He keeps coming back again and again to support us, so we're greatly indebted that he comes all the way down here to inspire us. We'd like to thank all of you for coming and making this festival so special today. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. There is something to eat for everyone. Shukadev Prabhu has been cooking almost single-handedly in the kitchen to prepare, I think, for 400 people to prepare a delicious meal. This place is very sacred, it is very special, and one of the most special features of this place are the cows. You can see how peaceful they are. This is one of the only places in Australia and the world where cows are born and they die without any fear. So it's a very unique place, a very special place. So if you'd like to come here and live with us in this peaceful Shanti Dham, come and speak to me afterwards. We'll see what we can arrange. We can build many ashrams up there in the hill so you can all live with us. If you can't live, then take on the responsibility. These cows, to protect these cows, it's a responsibility for everyone here. All of us together, we can look after them. So if you can contribute your time, come and contribute your time, look after them. If you want to live here, come and live here, look after them. If you want to give financially, look after them. So in so many ways you can protect the cows. And if you do so, your life will become completely auspicious. All of your problems will dissolve very rapidly, as much as they can in this world. So we'll go now, we'll go and take some prasad, some lunch. So anyone who is walking, we will go first. This is very important, please cooperate. The cars will go after the people. Otherwise it'll be very dangerous. So the cars will have to wait 10 or 15 minutes for everyone to get up the hill and then the cars can come. So those who took the austerity of walking, you get to eat first. Because this place is simple living and high thinking. So we prefer walking to cars. So that's the benefit, you get to walk. So we will need some help in serving. So if you feel inspired today to help serve, when you get up there, help serve and serve everyone who is eating. And we'll see you up at the temple. Hare Krishna. If the kirtan can please begin.